All right, we finally get around to making this video. There's so much going on. There's no lights in here, obviously. We have no electricity in this part of the building except for a little bit in the hallway. But you can see behind me, we have the back wall of the auditorium framed up. Gives you an idea of what we've got going on there. They've got all the floor cleaned out. The work group we had come through last Saturday was just awesome. We had over 60 people show up from the church, and they did a great job. One of the mechanical rooms behind me is done, and then we've got the other mechanical room there done. They've actually got the AC unit set in that one and hooked up. We just gotta get power to it and we can actually turn it on. And you've got here, you've actually got what will be referred to as the mother's room for women that have babies that are crying or need the nurse or whatever during the service. They can go into that room there. It's just big enough it's probably about 8 feet wide. Big enough to do that. We got all the carpet tore out of the rest of the building. Everything's done. The only big glitch we've run into is there used to be a wall. You can see that line in the floor right there. Used to be a wall that went all the way across this. And that wall, they say now, actually helps support the trusses. And the architect missed that. So now we have got to go. We got two options. We've only found one company that'll even consider putting a beam in. And it's got to be a 50-foot steel beam that they're estimating about 2 feet tall. It'll have to go all the way across. It'll have to go from that wall there all the way to that wall there. Let's see. That wall there, right there. It's kind of hard to do this backwards. And that is a huge expense. The other option is we have to take every truss in this ceiling between those two walls, and we have to literally build a second truss onto each truss. And then we got a few other things we have to do up there as well to it, which is also a big expense, but not quite as big. But it will be a lot more labor intense for us. It'll take a lot of man hours for us to do that. And being up in the attic up there when it's 80 plus degrees outside and sunny will not be fun. Plus we got to cut a bunch of drywall out just to be able to get the boards up in there and to be able to work up there as well. So that's kind of where we're going, and pray that God will give us wisdom on which one of these routes we're going to take. But we got to get it done. Got to get it done. They actually just delivered the material this morning for the stage, which obviously will go here. And so we'll start possibly working on that this afternoon. Still got to secure the wall to the trusses in the ceiling. It's screwed down on the bottom, but it's just leveled and sitting on top. I had to go last night and get some screws. Let's get some that were long enough. So that's kind of where we're standing at. Everything's going smoothly. It's going well. I had some guys from the church coming out helping on a daily basis, so that's been great. Had plenty of help on this job. Can't complain there. Everything's going good, so just continue to pray for safety, pray for wisdom, and pray for the wisdom on what to do on this ceiling. Of course, finishing drywall will be a big issue when we get to that point. We're going to have a crew come in and do it because the whole ceiling's got to be refinished because it was never totally finished. It was taped, but not finished. And then we got all the holes in it from all the mounts that were supporting and suspending the ceiling. So that's where we stand. Appreciate your prayers. Just keep us in mind, and we will see you next time around. Talk to y'all later. God bless. Bye.